How Kate Middleton's shock cancer news prompted me to pay £800 to discover my own risk of the disease, and I bumped into a friend doing exactly the same thing. Less than 72 hours after the Princess of Wales revealed she had been diagnosed with cancer, I was in a high street medical clinic having detailed blood tests which would reveal whether I, too, was at risk of the disease. I'm 39, just a few years younger than Kate, and until she made her shocking announcement, it was something I would never have considered doing. But something about Kate being a mother of 3 young children, as I am, cut straight to my core and put the fear of God in me. And I'm not the only one. By chance, I bumped into a friend, also in her early 40s, in the very same clinic having the very same test done on Monday morning. She doesn't have children, but she, too, was rattled by Kate's diagnosis. It's a pattern being seen across the country. The medical testing firm Randox, which carried out our tests, has seen a 25% increase in the number of women coming forwards for cancer checks since the princess revealed her diagnosis. And in the 24 hours following the news, the number of people looking up the symptoms of cancer on the NHS website rose by 400%. It's likely that, thanks to her heroic decision to share her diagnosis with the world, Kate has saved lives. Would I be one of them? I had found out Kate had cancer just as I was taking off on a flight from Geneva to London on Friday night. There were audible gasps in the aisles as news alerts pinged through on people's phones. The moment was especially poignant as I was sitting next to my best friend Juliet, a doctor whose twin sister, Polly, died from skin cancer, which spread to the brain aged 34. The disease had gone undetected for months, and Polly left behind a 3-month-old daughter. I remember thinking when Polly died that cancer in young people is an anomaly. Surely people in their 30s and 40s don't get cancer except in rare and cruel circumstances. But the shocking truth is that the number of under 50s getting cancer is on the rise. Cancer diagnoses in people aged between 25 and 49 have risen by 22% since the 1990s. Some experts have gone as far as to label this an epidemic and warn that the cause remains a mystery. Of course, cancer is still relatively rare amongst the under 50s, accounting only for 1 in 10 new cases of the disease in Britain. But this also means that the NHS offers few opportunities for young people to find out if they are at risk. Anyone aged between 40 and 74 is eligible for an NHS health check, which involves blood pressure and cholesterol tests, as well as a medical questionnaire. These can help identify if you are at risk of certain cancers, as well as other common conditions such as diabetes and heart disease. Women aged between 50 and 70 are invited for breast cancer screening every 3 years, as well as younger women with a strong family history of the disease. Over 60s are eligible for regular bowel cancer checks. Women between the ages of 25 and 64 are also invited for cervical cancer check every 5 years. As a symptomless 39-year-old with a family history of breast cancer, I was eligible for breast and cervical cancer screening. But what about all the other types? Many experts argue that it is a good thing that we cannot rush to the NHS for a cancer check when we feel like it. The only cancer screening programs that the NHS offers are ones which have been definitively shown to save lives and help people escape severe illness, says Professor Stephen Duffy, a cancer screening expert at Queen Mary University of London. Many of these private cancer tests you can buy on the high street are not proven to work. If you get a scary result, it can often lead to needless anxiety and pointless physical investigations, which can be unpleasant and painful. However, I was determined to find out whether I was in danger of developing cancer, and given my limited options on the NHS, I resolved on that plane to book in for a private cancer screening test as soon as I could turn my phone back on. I chose to go to a Randox testing center round the corner from where I live in West London.